Hello, it's Dale here. Today I'm going to tell you all about our new wax paste, which was just so exciting to find. But before I do that, I want to talk about the original ones we had. These are treasure golds, and many of you will know them in the little glass jars. And we've been selling them for about 25 years, and they used to be a huge seller. Then I believe the man who did them died, and the business went to Europe, and they doubled in price, so our importer stopped getting them. Then somebody else got them, and we had them for a while, and then they disappeared. They've gone now. So you may remember them. You can see that some of them are pretty old. That's the amber. I think it's amber, green amber. And what happens with them is they're terps based. So I'll just show you briefly these ones, just in case you've got some at home and you're thinking you'd throw them out. They get really dry. They're not as bad. And I fill them up with terps and let them rest, and then it absorbs back into it, and you can keep using them. So that's these, and I love them and use them a lot. They do smell very badly, not good for inhaling and things like that. But so I'll put them aside, and these are our new ones. These are the metal wax paste. So I've got the metal colours. That's the 8 different colours, and they again, like the treasure gold, I think they're 20 grams in each one. And you can see the colours here. And for me, I've just taken a couple that I'm playing with. One is honey gold, and they're all on our website, and there's a video for use. Now, other people, you can use them on any surface, objects, and polish them. But of course, being me, I like to play with them a different way. So I think this is the gold, and this is the honey gold. Now, this is a piece of tissue, abaca paper, which I've scrunched up, and I've bonded it to some felt. And I, in fact, walnut ink stained it, and then I've used fusible webbing over the top. But where you can see the texture of all this, and where all that texture is, the other thing about these is they're like hot. Treat them like something very precious, because if you put a big hunk on your finger and put it off, you can't get it off. So especially over this little black area, you can see the little bit of the gold that I'm just rubbing here. See some I did. Now where it's textured, can you see what happens? How you get that wonderful, wonderful texture coming up. And the other thing about them is that they are beeswax in orange oil. So when you open it up, instead of getting the powerful pong you used to get with the treasure golds, you get an orange flavour, which is very, very nice. Makes you want to go and eat an orange. So I've used them in that way. Now when they're finished, they'll say polish them. They don't, you can stitch into them afterwards. Perhaps I'll put a bit of the honey gold. I didn't want to be greedy and take too many colours to start with, but very gently. You can see I've done some honey gold down here, so I've only got 2. So there's the silver and those sort of greens and the copper colours and so on. And again, they will work. Oh, this is some silk paper. So, which I've embossed on. Now let's have a look here and see what happens when it goes over a raised surface. How it will just bring up some of that colour. And so I have done some embossing on silk paper here. And so when you've got anything that's 3D, slightly raised, then you get this wonderful ability to do it. Now, on my finger I've got some where here we go, and that'll just wash off and disappear. So it's not, they're not, the treasure gold, I used to wash my hands very carefully, and just see that, how it brings up that embossed feeling effect there. And you can stitch into it, and so on. So those are the metal ones. Then these ones here are the coloured metallic. And they, as you can see, have all the colours. There's 8 of them. And again, this time I've just taken a blue and a purple or violet. Just depends. Sometimes these come from Hungary, so the translation can be a bit sus at times. And again, if I take a little of the purple and see what happens on this surface, I'll get that bit of colour coming through again. And I'll take another little one here. So this is some tissue that I've crumbled, and I've put down, and where the crumbling is, that's where you'll see where it rubs up nicely over those tops. And if you may recall, if you've watched other videos of mine, I've done that paper bag painting and scrunching, and it's just wonderful on that sort of surface just to put over the tops and so on. So that's on there. And then the last ones, that's the metallic coloured, and there are 8 of them. And then the other little special are the Chameleon. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it, and these, as you can see, are very subtle. So they're very subtle on the white, and on a light surface. But if you put them, there's 5 of them, then onto a dark surface, you'll get that lovely effect. Now this one here is sparkling silver, which I put onto a black piece of black card. So they work on fabric and card, but you can see how they come up nicely. Now once they've dried, you just rub them with you, polish them up with something, or in my case I just leave them. And here we try the purple. Look at that. So on something dark. They also work on light surfaces as well. And let's finally see how we might go. We just come back to here, and these are some of my embossed silk rods, and look what happens when I come into here with a little bit of this gold metal and feed it across there. Look how it lifts it. So it's something, think of things with texture. I'm being a bit heavy-handed, and the other thing about the little pots is they last forever. Now you can find all the colours on our website, and I've been nattering about them quite a bit. So, and that's all ready. You can stitch down the lines with some metallic thread, do anything you like. So I hope that's given you a little idea of how I've used them. And there's videos on each page, so you can see how the manufacturers suggest you might use them. And then this is what I do with them. As I said, I just wipe my fingers, come clean, wash them under soapy water, no problems at all. So there you go. I'll see you again another time. Bye.